Hi, welcome to Taos ITV News. The month of October is National Fair Trade Month. And with us in the studio today is the chairman of the Taos Fair Trade Committee, Rocky Schuster. Welcome, Rocky.
Nice to be here. Thank you very much.
When did the town become a fair trade town?
I believe it was back in February when the City Council passed a resolution and established this committee, the steering committee, and agreed to, there's a whole a formula that they have to follow in order to become an official fair trade town, and it included passing the resolution, it included forming the steering committee, as well as agreeing to engage in promoting fair trade in the town and doing a lot of education with people in the community about what fair trade's all about, and encouraging people to buy fair trade products.
Okay, so you have a committee. What is the committee doing, or what has it been doing to, let's say, make this a viable project in town?
A big part of what our job is teaching, is communicating with people around the community just what fair trade is. It's not a hard concept to understand, but it's relatively new in the United States. Taos is only the fifth fair trade community in the entire country. We're the first ones west of the Mississippi. There's now a couple of others, San Francisco being one of them. They copied us a little bit. And so it's a lot of education that we're doing. We started off with within 6 weeks of our forming, we had the world's or the nation's largest coffee break. On one day throughout all the country, there are fair trade organizations that provided coffee. We were at the Crafts Fair here in as well as a couple of other locations up at Sid's Food Market and over at Sustaining Cultures, where we were giving away free fair trade coffee, and we had other fair trade things on products on display there, chocolate and sugar and some of the flours that are available. Since then, we've been working. One of the other things that the city committed to do, and it's our responsibility to pull off, is to make a directory for the city of Taos. For the county, actually, we were working with the county, the city, the county, and some of the other governmental agencies in the area, so we're expanding our reach to come up with a directory that will list a variety of things, but primarily list all those organizations and stores and commercial enterprises that either sell or use fair trade products. Our big push for the month of October for Fair Trade Month is to really get questionnaires into the hands and get people signed up for this directory. There's no cost. There's no cost to get into the directory. There's no cost to a producer have a copy of the directory. The only thing that we're looking for are stores that sell some form of fair trade product, and or organizations like my church who serve it. That's what we serve on Sunday or during the week in the office. We serve fair trade coffee. Okay. Use fair trade sugar, fair trade tea. Those are the ones that we use. So we're looking for the stores that sell it and the organizations that use it. So, and all of them will be listed in this directory. And so that's our big push, is to get people signed up for that.
No fair trade chocolate at the church?
In my office, there is. In my office, there's a fair amount of it, as a matter of fact. But we don't have. There are a number of places, actually, and that's one of the things that made it so easy to do this in Taos, is because there are already a number of stores and organizations that are using fair trade. We were using fair trade coffee before we even heard about the fair trade community organizations, so it was a very natural thing for us to move into. Our certifying agency here at the moment is an organization called Transfair, and they've been working their way into it. There are a fair number of things like coffee, tea, sugar, chocolate. We actually have fair trade flours that are available in the area, in the state. At this point, there are one of the two more fun things that have happened recently is there are fair trade soccer balls and fair trade soccer jerseys that are available in the city at the moment, and so it's growing. Okay. It's a fairly rigorous process to get that fair trade label on your product, and so it takes a little while to get that done.
Is the outreach program for pulling in fair trade products to the Taos area, is that a function of the committee, or is that more of a function of the national?
Well, it's certainly something we're involved in. We have another big component of what the committee is committed to is education, and we have at the moment we have 3 primary prongs that we're focusing on. One is the school systems, both everything from elementary up through UNM Taos. Another is the consumers, the people out there buying it. But another one is to educate the retailers in the area just what's available out there, and to help them find something that matches what they're selling and their circumstances, and to help them promote that as well. One of the things that we hope to have accomplished before the end of this month, actually within another week or so, is a logo. It'll be a Town of Taos Fair Trade logo.
Okay.
And it'll go on decals that can be put into store windows and put on merchandise and in ads and those kinds of things. And so a good part of this is a marketing effort that we want to help the merchants of Taos and Angel Fire and Cuesta and the rest of the places that are involved to take part in at no cost to themselves.
Okay. If someone wants to get hold of you or someone in the committee or learn more, how would they go about doing that?
Probably the easiest at this point would be to go to the city's website at taos.gov. Yeah. Exactly, and there is a prominent little section of it on the very front page that says Fair Trade, and you can click on there and get a lot of information about what the city's doing, but also looking at a lot links to a lot of other websites that talk about fair trade.
Well, I appreciate you bringing us up to date on the activities of the committee, and we'll look forward when you go out and shop. Look for the Fair Trade symbol on the products. You may be surprised that there's something that you like and want better than what you've had before.